네, 여러분 잘 아시다시피 English on the Go는 전 세계 여러 곳에 살고 있는 다양한 사람들의 이야기를 한 주제에 대해서 들어보는 시간인데요. 오늘은 누구 이야기를 들어보죠?
So today we have a clip sent to us from Rachel from the USA who's in Indonesia.
And we're going to hear, well, a story about
her irrational fears.
or fear.
Or fear, right?
It can be one fear or many fears.
I think maybe she'll tell us one. We
Okay.
don't know. So why don't we just move right into the story?
All right.
Rachel 씨,
나와주세요.
An irrational fear that I have now is actually something I used to never be afraid of, and I think it's a symptom of getting older, and that is being afraid of flying. I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby, and I was never scared of flying. As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer. I was never scared of flying. It was always so exciting and so fun, and I loved being in airports and on airplanes and everything. I've done a lot of traveling as an adult. But every year that I travel and fly on airplanes, the more scared that I get of flying. I actually hate flying now. I can't stand being on airplanes. My anxiety is really high, and I just have this irrational fear that every plane I get on is going to crash and burn.
Wow.
Really?
I never expected that because I consider her to be a world traveler. She's been everywhere.
아마 그만큼 비행기를 많이 타서 그렇게 비행기를 타는 게 두려워지게 됐는지 모르겠지만
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's really irrational.
It is,
그게 정답인
right?
것 같아요.
Right?
비이성적인 두려움이라고 하는 주제를 가지고 이야기하는 건데 비행기를 많이 타시는 분이 이렇게 비행기 타는 게 두렵다고 하니까 흥미로웠습니다. 자, 그럼 한 줄 한 줄 구체적으로 같이 공부해 볼까요?
Okay, so the very first line is, an irrational fear that I have now is actually something I used to never be afraid of. An irrational fear that I have now is actually something I used to never be afraid of.
문장이 좀 길긴 하지만 끊을 수가 없었어요. 전체적으로 다 이어져 있기 때문에 그래서 여러분 다 이어서 이해할 수 있도록 잘 봐주세요. An irrational fear that I have now, 지금 제가 가지고 있는 비이성적인 두려움 하나는 is actually something, 사실은 무언가인데 I used to, 예전에 뭐뭐 하던 것, never 붙었으니까 절대 뭐뭐 하지 않던 거죠. Be afraid of. 절대 안 무서워하던 것을 지금은 무서워한다고 하네요. And here, you need the of at the end because
Right.
without it, the sentence would not be complete.
Right, it wouldn't be complete. You have to be afraid of a particular thing
네.
and just not afraid in general.
맞아요.
Right?
영어에서 이렇게 문장을 끝내는데 전치사로 끝나면 좀 약간 어색한 느낌이 들어요, 자꾸. 그렇지만 딱 봤을 때 of랑 앞에 연결되는 말이 있으면 앞에 something 있잖아요.
Right, there's going to be something, right?
뭐 그냥 don't be afraid 하면
It's like in general.
네, 문장이 말이 되죠.
Okay, yeah.
You don't need
can do
of.
it. Yeah, but it's just more general. So if it's this thing, don't be afraid of the dog, you know, then that makes it, there's something to be afraid of. There's a something.
그렇죠.
Right?
그래서 앞에 나오는 something과 연결해줘야 되기 때문에 of가 어색해도 꼭 필요하다는 거 이해를 하셔야 됩니다.
And the next one is, and I think it's a symptom of getting older. And I think it's a symptom of getting older.
네, symptom이라는 것은 증상인데
Yeah.
사실 질병의 증상을 이야기하는 경우가 더 일반적이지만 여기에서는 나이가 드는 것의 증상인 것 같아요라고 표현해줬어요.
Yeah, we use symptom out of context for a lot of things.
I see.
Yeah, so if someone is spoiled, like a kid is spoiled, oh, that's a symptom of a spoiled child. You know, they don't want to share their toys.
아이가 버릇이
Yeah.
없을 때
Yeah.
그런 경우에도 spoiled 한
Symptom,
것의
yeah.
symptom이군요. I guess you can say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a symptom of wanting to travel.
Yeah.
만약에 계속해서 인터넷으로 항공
Yeah.
그
It's like,
항공권 최저가를 계속 알아본다. 그러면 it's a symptom of wanting to travel.
Right. Anything you see that knows, okay, it must be this, or
Yes.
they must be thinking this.
오케이.
Right?
그러면 증상이라고 하는 단어, symptom이 질병과 관련이 없을 때도 자주 쓰인다는 거 기억해 주시고 다음 문장.
All right. And that is being afraid of flying. And that is being afraid of flying.
네, irrational fear를 앞에서 소개를 했고 어떤 특성이 있는지 그 다음에 실체. And that is, 즉 that irrational fear is being afraid of flying. flying만 봤을 때는 하늘을 나는 것이라고 오해할 수도 있겠지만
Right.
그게 아니죠.
Right. When we say flying, because the only way you can fly is usually by airplane or helicopter.
Yeah.
When we say flying, we mean airplane.
그렇죠. 실제로 우리가 날아다닐 수 없으니까 비행기 타는 걸 말합니다. 그래서 being afraid of flying. 나는 것을 두려워한다. 즉 비행기 타는 걸 두려워하는 것이 자신의 비이성적인 두려움이라고 하네요. So that's what makes it interesting, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And let's move on to the next sentence, which she says a little bit fast. So let's take a look at the clip.
I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby. I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and tell you what she said. I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby.
맞아요. 일단 두 가지가 어려울 수 있었는데 연음되는 부분부터 보면은 I have flown on airplanes since.
Airplane since.
네, 이렇게 하면 됐죠. Airplane since.
Airplane since.
네, 뭐 이 부분은 딱 단어를 지금 표시를 해드렸으니까 이렇게 되는구나 이해가 될 거고 fly의 과거형이 좀 재밌죠?
Yeah, it is. Fly in the past, flown.
네,
Flown.
fly의 과거형은 flew. 그 다음에 과거 분사가 flown인 거죠.
Right.
그래서 I fly, I flew, I have flown. 그래서 어린 아이들 보면 미국 아이들도 이 flew라고 하는 이 불규칙, irregular form 이게 익숙하지 않아서 가끔 아이들이 I flied 이렇게 말하는 경우 봤어요.
Yeah.
네,
They do that a lot.
예, 뒤에 이제 ed를 붙여서 y를 i로 바꾸고 flied. 그 형태가 없어요.
Yes, you cannot say that.
없지만 아이들은 약간 그 원어민이라도 모국어로 배워도 처음에는 불규칙인지 몰라서 실수를 하곤 하더라고요. 그래서 flew, F-L-E-W 그리고 flown입니다. 이 부분 다시 들어볼까요?
I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby. I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby.
All right, and next she says, and I was never scared of flying. And I was never scared of flying.
네, 어렸을 때부터 비행기를 탔는데 and I was never scared of flying. 한 번도 비행기 타는 것이 무서웠던 적이 없었어요. Yeah, I mean, if you've flown since you were a baby,
Right.
어렸을 때부터 탔으면 익숙할 거 아니에요.
That's true, but then again, sometimes children are less afraid of things than adults are.
That's right, because they don't know about the possible
The
danger.
dangers, right.
네, 그래서 그 위험에 대해서 모르니까 아이들은 더 두려움이 없는 걸 수도
Right?
있죠.
Sometimes.
Okay, let's
Okay.
move on.
And the next sentence, she also says a little bit fast, so let's take a look at the clip.
As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer. As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer.
So what did she say?
Okay, so she said, as a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer.
네, as a kid 어렸을 때 I even 심지어는 뭐뭐까지 했다라는 말이죠. Flew by myself to visit my cousin 이 부분이 좀 빠르게 연결이 됐죠.
Flew by myself to visit my cousin.
네, 이거보다는 좀 느렸지만
Alright.
Flew by myself. By myself는 혼자서. 네, 혼자서 간 거고요. Alone 간 거고 to visit my cousin. 이제 미국은 워낙 나라가 넓기 때문에
Yeah.
뭐 사촌 만나러 간다라고 했을 때 비행기 타고 그냥 옆 주에만 가도 2-3시간
Yeah.
비행기 타고 가야 되죠.
Of course.
네, 그래서 비행기를 자주 탔다는 이야기고요. In the summer 이 부분도 summer를 예상하고 계시면 잘 안 들릴 거예요.
Right.
Because it is summer.
Summer.
Yeah.
Summer.
Not summer, right?
Not summer. Summer.
네,
Summer.
summer. 그래서 by myself to visit 이 부분하고 in the summer 이 부분 주의하시면서 다시 들어보시죠.
As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer. As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer.
And when she would fly, she said, I was never scared of flying. I was never scared of flying.
Once again, I mean, she said this before.
Before, right.
어렸을 때 베이비였을 때도 since she was a baby 어렸을 때 아기였을 때부터 비행기를 타서 무섭지 않았고 as a kid 이제 베이비보다 조금 더 나이가 들면 kid잖아요.
Kid, right.
뭐 4살, 5살부터 이제 kid. kid일 때도 I was never scared of flying. scared of라고 했지만 앞에 나왔던 말은 또 afraid of도 있었고요. 뭐 여러 가지 무서움을 나타내는 표현들이 있어요. Yeah, and
right.
these are just two of them.
Right? And the next one, she says, it was always so exciting and so fun. It was always so exciting and so fun.
저도 아직까지는 이 상태인 것 같아요.
Yeah?
네, 무섭지 않고 그냥
Really?
always so excited.
I don't know. I think it changed for me too.
그래요?
Because I flew a lot when I was a kid to visit my mom's family.
아,
Yeah. And then nowadays, I'm like, there's so many like things you hear in the news about planes. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this flight is 15 hours. something.
맞아요. 아까 했던 이야기처럼 그 위험 요소에 대해서 어른이 되면 더 잘 아니까 더
Yes.
두려워하는 것 같은데 여전히 안전하지만 it is still the
It's still
safest,
safe, right?
still the safest transportation method,
Right.
Much safer than cars, right?
But just in the back of your mind,
맞아요.
you always think,
네.
what if?
네.
Yeah.
그래서 레이첼 씨는 어렸을 때는 it was always so exciting and so fun. 뭐 항상 신나고 재밌었어요라는 문장인데 fun 앞에 이렇게 so fun 해도 되지만 가끔씩은 so much를 붙여서 so much fun이라고 하기도 하죠.
Yeah, because you want to let them know it's not just fun, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
So much fun.
Right.
그런데 so fun이라고 할 때랑 so much fun이라고 할 때 이 fun과 이 fun의 그 품사가 좀 달라요. So fun은 fun is an adjective in this case. But so much fun, much니까 여기서는 it's a
It's
noun.
a noun. It has a lot of fun.
That's right.
Like that.
많은 재미예요라는 말이죠. 이 사소한 거지만 much가 붙었을 때 품사가 달라진다는 것도 아시면
Yeah.
약간 글을 읽을 때 조금 더 꼼꼼하게 보실 수 있겠죠? Okay.
For sure. And she also tells us more about when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She said, and I loved being in airports and on airplanes and everything. And I loved being in airports and on airplanes and everything.
저는 being in airports, 공항 안에 있는 것, 그리고 on airplanes, 비행기 안에 타고 있는 것, 마지막에 and everything. Does it mean anything?
Not really.
네.
She just means everything related to that.
맞아요.
So I don't know, going to the booth, buying the ticket.
네네.
I don't know.
그래서 특별히 의미가 있는 말은 아니었어요.
Yeah.
그런데 뭐 그런 것들을 저는 I loved, 좋아했어요라는 말인데 everything이 들어간 이유를 생각해 보면 정말로 그 공항과 관련된 장소들
Yeah.
또는 비행기와 관련된 곳들이 있겠죠. 뭐 비행기를 타러 가는 그 통로 있잖아요. 또는 뭐 여러 가지.
And there's other things that you do, like on the airplanes, you get like snacks.
Yeah.
So that could be a part of it.
So the whole
The
package.
whole package.
Yes.
Everything about being in the airport and taking a plane.
네, 그 전체를 다 통틀어서 풀 세트로
Right.
생각해서 and everything.
Yeah.
네, 이렇게 말한 거죠.
Yeah. So anytime you don't want to explain, just put in everything or and stuff like that.
맞아요. And everything and stuff like that. I like learning languages, practicing and everything. 뭐 이렇게.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Megan, do you like Korea? Yeah, I love the language and food and everything.
네,
you know?
맞아요.
Yeah.
나머지 것들 나열하기 귀찮을 때 붙일 수도 있는 말입니다. And then
And I've done a lot of traveling as an adult. And I've done a lot of traveling as an adult.
네, 게다가 나이가 들어서도 사실 여행을 굉장히 많이 했기 때문에
Yeah.
as an adult, as an adult 앞에 나왔던 as a kid 하고 반대되는 거죠.
Oh, yeah.
As
That's
a,
the opposite.
yeah, as a kid, I loved flying, but as an adult, I'm afraid of flying.
afraid.
네, as an adult, 어른이 되어서 여행도 많이 했어요. Okay?
All right. And she says, but every year that I travel and fly on airplanes,
네, 해마다 또는 뭐뭐 하는 해마다라는 말인데 제가 여행을 하고 travel and fly on airplanes, 비행기를 탈 때마다 또는 한 해 비행기를 타면 탈수록 what happens?
the more scared that I get of flying. The more scared that I get of flying.
The more로 보통 쓰이는데 앞에 the more가
Yeah.
없는 형태예요. 그래서 the more scared that 빼도 괜찮고요. I get of flying. I get more scared of flying.
Of flying, basically.
네, 점점 더 비행기를 타는 게 무서워진대요. How interesting.
That is so interesting.
네.
But anyway, in the next one, she says, I actually hate flying now. I actually hate flying now.
네, 사실 무서워하고 두려워하는 거, 그 다음에 별로 좋아하지는 않는 거, I don't like it too much 이 정도 하고,
Yeah.
I hate 하는 것은 정도의 차이가 있어요.
Yeah. So you don't like it, it's like, you
네.
just kind of about it. But if you hate it,
네,
it means you really just no.
맞아요. 그래서 완전 싫어하는 것까지는 아닌 상태를 가리키는 말들이 몇 가지가 있어요. I don't like it too much. I'm not a big fan. It's not my cup of tea.
I was about to say, it's not my style, or it's
네.
not my type, it's not my thing.
It's not my thing. 많이 있지만
Yeah.
그냥 그런 거 애매모호한 것이 아니고 정말 싫어할 때는 I hate.
it. Right. So a lot of times, because in Korea there's just like shiro, a lot of times when Korean people will say something to me, they'll be like, I hate that. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
그렇네요.
But they're just using it like, no, shiro. It can be more light. So be careful with your friends, because I've had a couple of weird instances where I understand because it's Korea, but inside I was like, oh.
네, 제가 그럼 좀 정리해서 설명을 해볼게요. 싫다라는 말을 우리는 어렸을 때부터 이거 먹을래? 싫어. 아니야, 싫어를 굉장히 아니야처럼 가볍게 쓰잖아요.
Yeah.
그런데 이걸 영어로 바꾸게 되면 hate가 되는데 hate는 증오거든요. 그래서 좀 더 주의를 하셔야 될 것 같고
Yeah.
더 강력하다는 거. 그래서 a lot of times when kids say 싫어, in English it's just no.
Yeah, it's just no.
네.
Or no thanks. No.
그래서 네, 우리는 싫어라고 할 때 가볍게 쓰지만 영어에서는 hate가 강력하다. 그래서 여기서는 I actually hate flying now. 이제 비행기를 타는 게 질색이에요. 싫어해요라는 말이고요.
That is strong. And the next one, I can't stand being on airplanes. I can't stand being on airplanes.
저는 비행기를 타는 걸 견딜 수 없어요. 여기서 I can't stand 나오고 있죠. 오늘의 핵심 문장이었습니다.
And next she says, my anxiety is really high. My anxiety is really high.
Anxiety라는 것은 불안감이죠. You're anxious.
Anxious, right?
네.
You get some feelings in your chest and maybe sweating and very nervous.
네,
Yeah.
anxious가 불안한, anxious의 명사 형태가 anxiety인데 이것이 really high 정말 심하고. And lastly,
And I just have this irrational fear that every plane I get on is going to crash and burn. And I just have this irrational fear that every plane I get on is going to crash and burn.
not unfortunately, but fortunately,
Huh?
it has not happened yet.
That's very
and
true.
it'll probably not happen.
Never happen, right.
Not happen. So don't worry, Rachel. I just have this irrational fear that 뒤에 나오는 내용을 담은 이 비이성적인 두려움이 있어요인데 내용은요. Every plane I get on, 제가 타는 비행기마다 going to crash and burn. 추락해서 불탈 거라는 두려움이 있대요. It has never happened.
Right. It's never happened,
앞으로도 없을
but
거예요.
that's why it's an irrational fear. Because
맞아요.
the more times you fly, if it doesn't happen, you should be less afraid. But
그러니까요.
she's not, so it's irrational.
Okay, so I think that concludes the story. Shall we take a listen again?
All right, let's listen to it 2 more times.
An irrational fear that I have now is actually something I used to never be afraid of, and I think it's a symptom of getting older, and that is being afraid of flying. I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby, and I was never scared of flying. As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer. I was never scared of flying. It was always so exciting and so fun, and I loved being in airports and on airplanes and everything. I've done a lot of traveling as an adult. But every year that I travel and fly on airplanes, the more scared that I get of flying. I actually hate flying now. I can't stand being on airplanes. My anxiety is really high, and I just have this irrational fear that every plane I get on is going to crash and burn. An irrational fear that I have now is actually something I used to never be afraid of, and I think it's a symptom of getting older, and that is being afraid of flying. I have flown on airplanes since I was a baby, and I was never scared of flying. As a kid, I even flew by myself to visit my cousin in the summer. I was never scared of flying. It was always so exciting and so fun, and I loved being in airports and on airplanes and everything. I've done a lot of traveling as an adult. But every year that I travel and fly on airplanes, the more scared that I get of flying. I actually hate flying now. I can't stand being on airplanes. My anxiety is really high, and I just have this irrational fear that every plane I get on is going to crash and burn.
Again, very interesting story by Rachel.
It is. Thanks so much for sharing that story with us. And now it's time for us to learn some new words and expressions.
Okay.
It's time for Street
Smart.